Hello everyone, welcome to another mock review on the Starguard channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at my revamp of Core Hunter. So, this is a guy that's been on the channel for a little bit because I made some shorts with him. But yeah, this is Core Hunter. I mean, he's a character from Herofactory. He's a character from Herofactory in Herofactory lore. So, I mean, I think y'all know who Core Hunter is. So yeah, he's a character from Herofactory. Not my original character. To revamp, I want to make my own version of it. So yeah, let's just go and jump into it. And I'll kind of talk about the process behind making him as I go along, yeah? Alright. So starting off with the feet. These are, I wanted to give him kind of these big claw feet things, partially so he could balance because I knew he was going to be a larger MOC, but also just because I wanted to just do something a little different, make it a little more monstrous. I added these red things to have some highlights. And then onto the legs, which are not my favorite part, my least favorite part of the MOC, easily. They're like these kind of like Halo Elite type legs, you know, like the kind of bent back knees. Is that the right term? You get what it is. I remember the original set had very plain legs, and so I wanted to do something different with this version, and so for me it was kind of about trying to make him more monstrous and kind of over exaggerating a lot of the things that were originally on that set, so I figured do that with the legs. I tried keeping the same blocking, but yeah, so here's a 20, it's a Herofactory lower chest piece glued on there. It doesn't look great from the side, but from the front it looks alright. These are CCBS shells kind of glued together on top of CCBS bones. And then here's a little thing. This is one of the main reasons I want to talk about these figures on mock reviews, is because you could get these little details. This is a Nika foot on either side as his what's it called, thigh armor. I thought it looked really well going with this add-on that I threw onto that CCBS shell. So yeah, I really like that. And then on top of that is a Herofactory 2.0 shell cut up chest piece as the armor, the skirt armor, that's the term. And then a brain attack piece to keep that kind of shaping that goes into the front, and then just a normal Herofactory foot on the bottom to kind of fill in that little gap. I think it works really well, especially with how those kind of like lines go down and match. I realize I am just focusing on the crotch for a while, and then on the back it's a Rockshi foot piece cut. So yeah, it's a little, there's a couple of cut parts, in case y'all could not tell. I'm just kidding, y'all know that there's cut parts. And then moving on from that, there's this piece which seems to be a little loose. I don't like that. I might have to reglue that, but also it's kind of so this piece, you could see whenever he's kind of just standing normally, it juts out a little bit. But with doing that, it allows for much more movement. Oh my goodness, my light box is falling apart. Y'all, I don't know what I'm doing. So this piece right here, it allows for more movement in that torso articulation. And it's just a ball in there. It's a ball joint system, like all bionicle parts. I'm actually going to go ahead and take this off him, because he doesn't need this. This is just a bandolier that comes with him. I was inspired by the original prototype designs with this bandolier, where he had a bandolier of heads, but I was like, that's crazy. You can't do that. Or I didn't say that. I think Lego said that, because whoever designed that was like, yeah, this is gonna look so cool, and then Lego was like, we're not gonna have decapitated heads on our Herofactory villain. So here's a bandolier of hero cores. It's kind of glued together. It's very easy to take apart. Like, I could just rip off these hero cores if I need to, And that's why they don't have any dry brushing or anything, because I was like, I could easily use those parts for something else, and probably will. So, on to the torso. Got a Herofactory ab piece there, and then got some of these Herofactory add-ons that I cut and then put it on there for that shaping. I know this was seen on a Camilio, that Schmack's MOC. He used that. Obviously, he didn't cut the parts, but yeah, using that was an inspiration. And then also on the back here, you got that that same 2.0 piece from down here up here, and so it just kind of makes this little hunch thing, along with some other parts in there to fill it out and really kind of keep that all in there. And then this Brain Attack claw pieces, just because I thought it looked neat. I'm gonna try and scoot in a little closer to the light so I could show what I did here. So I went into this what's it called, right here. You can see all these are X-Acto knife scratches that I went in and I just like cut it up with the blade to make it look like, you know, he's got all battle, he's been through a battle or two. So I did that and then went in with the silver, and so that silver really seeped into all those little cracks and cuts and everything. And then the head is not modified. The head is the exact same. However, it has all this silver dry brushing and stuff to really kind of like bring out the details. And then on top of there, on top comes what's it called? One, yeah, you can see that dry brushing there. But continuing from that is the claw pieces that came over to help fill out the MOC a little more, fill it out and kind of keep that that wrapping around. I want to say is inspired by William Furno's Mauve of Core Hunter. If you've seen his stuff, you know what I'm talking about. Wherever he uses the claw pieces to kind of wrap around the torso, especially this area right here on his version. But yeah, and then another thing I also wanted. Well, hold on. Let's finish off with the neck area. This is just a little what's it called, piece of cloth I put in there to fill it there, but also I like it because it gives them a little more kind of a bounty hunter look, a little more resourceful, I guess. Make it look like, you know, he has armor, but then that's on top of it to kind of cover up the armor. He's, you know, like a, what's the term called? A scarf, but not really. But that little cloth piece right there. And then in here, you could see there's a shoulder articulation, y'all. Very important, at least to me. I think it helps out a ton on MOCs. And so yeah, that shoulder articulation really is in there, and I use that tire to fill it out, so that tire kind of moves with it, so it doesn't limit it, but it fills it in to wherever. That's what it is on both sides. Alright, now the claws. The claws, I use these red parts. I was actually originally not going to have the claws, but then after talking and getting some advice from some friends, they were like, no, you gotta add the claws, because it's a very important thing to Core Hunter. And I think it kind of just adds that little extra red, especially up here. That's another thing. There's a lot of silver dry brushing on this MOC, especially on the black parts. And that's to really break it up, because the original set had a lot of black, and I knew that, you know, as his primary color, I would have to bring that in. But I wanted to kind of not limit the details and whatnot, so I tried and silver brushed it a lot. Especially silver brush, and this is the first MOC that I silver brushed and then matte clear coated. And I think it gave this very neat effect. So yeah, and this is just a simple Star Wars shin piece. Oh no, you saw the top of the light box. It's okay. Star Wars shin piece on a CCBS shell, and then here is a little look. It's a cut old Bionicle hand, and then a glued system part, and then that part from that same cut Star Wars shin on top, and then he has disposable fingers. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know what that was, but but there's that, and then there's on the other side, you know, the hand's the same. Actually, the hand is not the same. The hand is missing his shin part. Where is it? You could see it there. There's no shin part on the hand because it just doesn't fit with this thing. And this thing, not the best. I kind of wanted to look like he kind of scraped this thing together. He scraped this, his tool, but it just comes off a little too messy for my, like, it's a little too clean, but a little too messy with how the use of the flat CCBS shells. But I do like stuff like the little claws on the side, and that kind of angular look that he still has. But yeah, and there's also more details on that. Those claws keep wrapping around to keep up the motif. Although it's not red, it is, I don't know, it's just little details in there. To his little claw thing, so he could grab heroes. You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, not much else to talk about with this MOC. I was pretty proud. I am pretty proud of it. I think it was like the first time I tried a couple of different things. Particularly, this is kind of one of the first MOCs of the new batch of MOCs I did, where I kind of was really experimenting with clear coat and custom builds and all this stuff. And yeah, I mean, just working off that, it was again, each MOC, the way I look at it is, it's not going to be perfect. No MOC is going to be perfect. However, you learn something new every single time, and for me, Core Hunter, I learned a lot about clear coats and weathering and custom builds, and I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud of how I took the original design and I tried making my own rendition, my own kind of quote-unquote definitive version, because I really do like these Herofactory designs, and if I can, I would love to make, you know, versions of every single one of these characters that just so happens to be, you know, more articulation, kind of more into their designs. And yeah, I mean, that's the end of the video. If y'all enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching my MOC review. And if you want to see more of this figure, there's shorts on my on the YouTube page, but also there's an Instagram full of photos of them if you want to go check that out. And there's also a TikTok, so if you want to look at that there, that is all there and all good to go. Bye. Is that how I'm gonna end the video? I think that's probably how it's gonna end, because I don't know what else to say.